I'm Ashley Swimmer.
And yes, we chose this. No one forced us.
Blink twice if you need help.
We want to take a few minutes to talk to you about something that can truly change the way students can think, speak, and present themselves. Not just in school, but for the rest of their life. That is speech and debate.
Also known as competitive talking.
Speech and debate is about finding your voice.
Now, when some people hear speech and debate, they picture standing in front of a crowd, shaking, sweating, and questioning every life choice that led them here.
In speech events, students perform, tell stories, and bring words to life. You can compete in things like dramatic performances, humorous interpretations, poetry, original speeches that you write, and prose.
If you like acting, storytelling, or even just making people laugh, then there's a place for you.
In debate, students learn how to build strong arguments, think quickly on their feet, speak with confidence and clarity, defend their ideas respectfully, even if it is a debate over passing a wide load on an Oklahoma highway.
And here's the truth. It's not about being the loudest person in the room. Some of your most successful students started out quiet. Speech and debate teaches you how to turn your thoughts into something powerful.
But beyond the competition, here's what really matters. You gain confidence and become a stronger communicator. You learn skills that help in every class, and honestly, you become more prepared for life.
You'll travel to competitions, meet students from other schools, and represent our school with pride.
Or learn what chivalry is, how to make sure to open the door for a lady and carry all her things to the bus.
You might even bring home medals and trophies along the way.
But more importantly, you'll build friendships, learn how to support your teammates, and grow in ways you probably wouldn't expect.
If you've ever wanted to get better at speaking in front of people, be more confident in class, find a place where you belong, or just try something new,
then speech and debate might be exactly what you're looking for.
We don't expect you to be perfect. We ask that you're willing to try.
Because every great speaker, every strong debater, every confident person you see started exactly where you are right now.
So come join us, find your voice, and let's see what you can do.
Thank you. Now let's get started on our showcase.
Wait. We have one more thing to take care of. Please silence your phones.
Oh, I thought you were going to remind people to please see Miss Barr. If you would like to donate to our cause, see her. All donations will go toward early fees and travel expenses.
Our first event is poetry.
Poetry interpretation is an event where students bring powerful written words to life through voice, emotion, and expression.
Competitors perform a selection of published poetry, sometimes a single piece, but often a program of multiple poems woven together under a central theme, all within a 7-minute time limit.
Poetry performers use a manuscript or binder in which they are allowed to read. Students get the piece's feeling across by using vocal variety, facial expression, and subtle movement to convey meaning, rather than props or louder staging.
Each performance begins with an introduction that names the author and source, helping set the tone for the audience.
Ultimately, poetry is about more than just reading words on a page. It's about interpreting them, connecting with the audience, and telling a meaningful story through language.
Our first performer is a natural at speaking. As a junior, this is her 3rd year participating in speech and debate. She's attended 4 regular season tournaments and qualified in 3 categories for regionals: domestic extemporaneous, poetry, and informative oratory.
Hallie is always an encouraging teammate who always lightens the mood and is a bright light wherever she goes. However, in this piece, you will see how she can transform from happiness to sadness while reading her poetry piece. Please welcome Hallie Jones.
I make lists. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's how I roll. Lists keep me organized. Lists keep me sane. Lists validate my OCD. The minute mom and dad announce they're gonna have a baby, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm numb. My mother's sleeping now. The doctors say she needs lots of rest. While she's sleeping, I go to the computer and place an ad. For sale, brand new, nose art, beaming nourish eggs. Never used. The whole house is quiet. The house should be filled with sounds of a crying baby. But Micah is no longer with us. He was stillborn. It has been 4 months since Micah left us. And while our house is still filled with many tears, it is also filled with a sense of peace. And as we begin to pack away the nursery, I'm reminded of the lesson learned in Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark wasn't built in a year. And while it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, the flood itself took much longer to subside. I've also learned our pain will take time to heal and time to process. But in time, however, we will move forward. I've also learned that when you put your trust in the Lord, you can weather any storm. Patience is a gift. Sometimes you're a builder. Sometimes you're a zookeeper. And sometimes you simply just have to stay afloat. It is the final lesson, however, that perhaps best serves my family. No matter the storm, when you're one with God, there's always a rainbow. There's always a rainbow. And one day, when I see Micah at Heaven's Gate, I'll take his hand in mine, run to the rainbow's end, and he'll finally teach me how to throw that ball.
Can we just give it up for Hallie one more time? That was amazing. So, hi. Is it all? No, it's on. All right. Hi, I'm Cody Chance. I've been at speech and debate for 2 years, and I placed 4th at state for foreign extemp. So, before we go fully into what extemp is, I have a few questions to ask. How many of you knew what speech and debate was in high school? Okay, handful. All right. How many of you did speech and debate in high school? Same amount. All right. How many of you did ag in high school? All right. Okay. So in ag, you do ag speaking. You can do ag speaking. So ag speaking is essentially the same thing as extemp, where they give you this packet, and for about an hour to 30 minutes, you get to research in that packet, and you get a little note card, and you write down all your information from the packet. That is extemp speaking. Extemp speaking is essentially where you get a half hour, and you draw a question. You have the entire internet for a half hour, as long as you don't use AI. You can look up anything you need to answer the question. So, the two different types of extemp are foreign extemp and domestic extemp. So, most students have 30 minutes to draw, and they get a note card with a limit of 50 words on the note card, including characters, symbols, and percentage signs. You have a time limit of 7 minutes to speak. So you get a 30-second grace period after 7 minutes, but you want to hit about 6:30 to 7 minutes is the perfect time. So, foreign extemp speaking. Foreign extemp speaking is where you answer questions that happen like overseas. So Europe, China, Asia, things like that could be is how is China and Taiwan's relationship affecting global trades? As where domestic is only in the United States. So you might get a question like, how is Obama's administration different from Bush's administration? Lots of questions that are more based in the US, exclusively for domestic, and foreign is all overseas, all questions that have nothing to do with what's going on here. Thank you.
Thanks, Cody. Our next event is monologue. My sweet friend Lily knows all about this. She competed and qualified for regionals, placing 3rd and then went on to state to represent PCH, making the finals at the state tournament. I'm so proud of you, Lily. Thanks, Ricky. Monologue is published worthwhile literature in which only one character speaks. Lines performed must be taken from one character's speech and not those of several characters spliced together. The monologue performance should consist of 2 contrasting pieces, one humorous and one serious. These selections may or may not center one theme. Actor versatility and believability within the author's intent is important. Original wording is used, a brief introduction at the beginning of the program. It is used to prepare the audience for the contrasting materials. There should not be talking during transition or conclusion. Maximum time is to not exceed 6 minutes. The use of a chair is optional. All performances must be void of profanity, vulgarity, nudity, obscenity, and hate speech. Lizzie is a senior here at Pond Creek Hunter High. Miss Lizzie Stahl, her great personality and style leans on her characters in this performance. She has had an outstanding year, competing in 7 regular season tournaments where she qualified at her first contest to compete at regionals. And she competed in champs in the following 6 tournaments that she went to. Champs is a contest where all class competitors compete against other small and large school teams. It gives the competitors a chance to practice their pieces at tournaments, but allows the other competitors to get their pieces qualified for regionals. Please welcome Elizabeth Stahl.
Delusion. Everybody has just a little bit of it. And my 2 pieces today will see 2 girls who handle their delusion very differently. In my first piece, we'll see a girl whose delusion leads her to auditioning for a reality TV show. And in my second piece, we'll see a girl whose delusion leads her through an abusive relationship. In Miss Beth by Dawn Zelitis and One Time Only by Rebecca Young. Dear television producers, my name is Samantha and I've got the kind of borderline narcissistic personality disorder that you need for your latest role. I don't care what it is. I show truckers, giant fishermen people, the real world, life swap. I can do it all. What about hoarders? I can do hoarders. Give me a week and I'll write every garage sale within a 25-mile radius and adopt 10 cats. I am unhinged, I am desperate, and I am so watchable. But check this out. This is me having an argument with my boyfriend. I don't even have a boyfriend, by the way, but I turn on everything that is holy. I will find a man so shallow, he doesn't even shower. He just dips himself into a pool of Axe body spray and emerges from a tanning bed with perfect abs and an unhealthy sexist attitude. But anyway, here it goes. What? You wait! Yeah, come back here and take my face! What? Eat your heart out! You see that? Now this is me attacking a random stranger on the sidewalk and trying to pull out her hair extensions. What? You wait! Yeah, stay away from my menu! Blink! Yeah, you come back here! You see that? I'll be on the cover of every tabloid in existence. I can also get pregnant if you want. I know everyone thinks that Mike is a sleazeball. No one wants me to date him. But they just don't understand him like I do. Sure, he's got a temper. But who doesn't? And he only hit me that one time. Well, twice. If you count the times he pushed me into the lockers. But it really was an accident. And it was partially my fault after all. I could tell that he was getting really angry and I just kept going on and on. So he hit me. Not as hard as he could have. That's for sure. He could have gotten me clear across the floor if he wanted to. But he really is sorry. He's apologized a million times. We're gonna get through this. And it really was my fault after all. Just ask my mom. She says that I push and I push and I push until I get my way or the other person snaps. And it's not like I can blame Mike. It's all he's ever known. You see, Mike's dad used to beat up on him before he left. And it's not like Mike's the first guy to ever hit me. So I can't really blame him. But we're going to get through this, really. It was only that one time. He loves me. He's apologized a million times. I'm sure we're going to get through this. Well, I'm pretty sure. Thank you.
Our next monologue will be performed by Ricky Brown.
Vicki is a sophomore here at PCH High. She has competed in 4 season tournaments. She qualified 3 events for regionals.
These events were foreign extent monologue and dramatic interpretation. From there, she competed and made it back to finals in foreign extent and placed 8th in the state in
She's a great member of the team, leading with kindness and reason. Please welcome our sophomore, Ricky Brown.
Sometimes we forget to have a well-rounded view of our situation, and it leads to us missing things that could be important to our future. Whether it's self-reflection that can lead to personal growth, or noticing things in our relationships that can lead to better ones. Though, no matter how much you notice, it's how you respond that matters. In my two pieces, we see two young women who struggle to respond after seeing the complete picture. In Playground by Sybil and Odom, and The Act by Andrew. Dear diary, he kissed me. What was it like? Well, it was kind of like riding a roller coaster. I felt dizzy and alive. And then I felt like I was going wrong. They don't tell you that part in the romance novels. The wolf in your cookies part. Oh, I think I'm gonna throw up. My sister, Alex, looks so right. Is it romantic? I bet she's at home right now drinking drinks of unrequited love. I put oatmeal in her shoes. Wanna lick? Psych. If you have lunch with anyone in the world, what would you order? Me? I'm still in school. Detention! I know it looks like I throw butter on the wall, but I'm actually in home ec conducting the continuing experiment of metaphysics, and then where? I'm in detention. I'm severely underappreciated in my school. What if that cookie really is what it's all about? Check it out. This is my control group. On the right, butter. On the left, I can't believe it's not butter. I'm going to see which one I want on the wall first. I hate my home ec teacher. No, seriously. She eats our homework. Hey, there goes the marcher. Man in your post. Go, go, go. 72 minutes, 42 seconds. Awesome. Why do they call this rush hour filming? Think about it. No, stop. You think I'm a brat, don't you? I'm not, really. It's an elaborate ruse. You see, people roll it. And if I'm the bad child, that means my sister Alex is to be the good child. So really, I was doing this for her. That's me, always singing letters. And besides, it was fun. Who was Casper the Friendly Ghost before he died? He looks suspiciously like Richie Rich to me. You know, I don't think the butter's coming down. I never thought she'd be late. Not in a million years I would have told someone. Maybe not her parents, especially my dad, but someone. A teacher, a counselor, a pastor. I could have done something if I'd have just. But Shane has always been overly dramatic. People call her heroically. She even had a sticker on her locker that said, "How was I supposed to know that this time was different?"
Great job, Ricky. Our next event is humorous interpretation. I hope you're ready to laugh.
Humorous interpretation is an event where students perform a funny piece from published literature, such as a play, novel, or short story within a 10-minute time limit.
Students may portray multiple characters using subtle movements and clear transitions to keep the audience engaged. Each performance begins with an introduction, then introduces the title, author, often setting up for the humor to come.
There are no props or costumes allowed in this event. The focus is entirely on creativity, delivery, and comedic storytelling.
Makes humorous interpretation one of the most entertaining and crowd-pleasing events in speech and debate.
Our next performer is no stranger to the stage.
Oh, that's right, Elizabeth. She recently held a role in Snow White at the Gaslight Theater in Enid.
Yes, she also has participated in 4 preseason tournaments and qualified 2 pieces to perform at regionals.
She then went on to take her monologue, placing 7th overall. Lily is a great leader in kindness, confidence, and enthusiasm, which you will see in this piece entitled, Cheering My Way into College.
Please welcome sophomore Lily Wynn.
Hello, and thank you for coming at my request. I realize that all of you at the Scholastic Aptitude Testing Board have never received a Phoenix exam that was quite like mine before. Well, I guess it's time the SATs got a little shaken up and somebody who knows a wonderful way to prove to you that I should get into any college I choose. Yes, rather than restrict myself by taking the traditional Scholastic Aptitude test, I'm going to give you a dose of my SATs. Skills and talents. That's right, it's the new millennium, so kids ought to have lots of options to get into any college they choose. And I've chosen an incredibly challenging, yet dynamic discipline to prove my worth to all of you. Dreams. Everyone has them. And not the fall asleep kind, but the I'm gonna do something with my lifetime. And my piece would be Babs, who has a dream of attending college. But the way she tries to achieve this dream is, well, let's just say different. So chase your dreams, or something like that. And Cheering My Way into College by John C. Havens. Yeah! Cheerleading! Go team! Go SA team! Give me an S! Give me an A! Give me a T! What's that spell? S-A-T. Now I'm gonna tell you a joke. Right after I do a cartwheel. Did you notice that my body was in a circular shape when I did that cartwheel? That's almost a sphere. So all of you SAT committee members from the English testing division, make sure you mark down on your charts the Babs knows her math. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Lily. Our next event is prose. This event is limited to students in grades 9 and 10.
The purpose of this contest is for the students to find the meaning of the printed prose and capture and recreate the meaning to their listeners through vocal control and racing.
Vocal changes and changes in facial expression are meant to bring the character to life with voices. Eye contact is necessary.
A prose piece can come from published material of literary, merit novel, short story, or essay.
For this contest, the competitor may use a single work or a collection of shorter works by the same author or a collection of other shorter works that are thematically related.
The reader may edit or cut the material as they see fit.
Significant movement of the feet, walking, pacing is not allowed.
Performing next is Aiden Stahl, who is a freshman at Concrete Hunter. Aiden has competed in 7 preseason tournaments, qualifying this piece, and domestic extent for regionals.
He is a knowledgeable jokester who keeps us on our toes with his witty but quiet comebacks.
That's right, Summer. You'll see his personality shine through as he portrays a character who is using comedic relief to face cancer. Welcome to the stage as Aiden Stahl.
Cancer. What a load of work. Those two little syllables make me see sickness, bald-headedness, and death. I was 1 month past my 20th birthday, and I had cancer. Well, I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have to perform orchiectomy and remove that right testicle. That right testicle. That pesky little testicle. And just like that, behind this hospital bed next to me were dying. Good people, bad people, good cancer people, bad cancer. And many of those fantastic people just died. Were their spirits not strong enough? Did God give them more than what their bodies could handle? My spirit made me not kill myself for losing months of my life over a little bump on my ball. Period. End of sentence. Even when I do regain acceptance into the land of the living by my family and friends, I will never escape this two-ball central that plagues our society. Every single spear, award, baseball, softball, tennis ball, golf ball, football, sushi ball, or other round object just becomes a constant reminder of my one-ball status in this two-ball forever central program. This was not the material I wanted for my autobiography. I wanted to wait until I had lived a whole life to write an autobiography. I wanted to write a story of love. But just write what you have. This is what I have. I have one ball. Today, I officially became a kid survivor. But what am I? Lance Armstrong got the Tour de France. Everyone else got all this wisdom and depth that only derives from cancer. If I wasn't going to become a better person because of all these procedures, then I sure as heck better win some kind of competition. July 1st, the Purdue University Hospital Stem Cell Transplant Reunion Picnic. I was done with my stem cell transplant process, and I was ready to kick somebody at the hula contest for the kids. 8 cute little daughters of stem cell transplant process patients versus Brian Lavelle, world's most competitive cancer survivor. Winner takes all. So I moved. My hips began to whirl around as my mind began to race over the last 8 months. Boring, endless, depressing. Focus, Brian. You got to win this. The DJ spoke over my phone. Okay, girls, and boy, you're doing great up there. Now let's see you clap those hands. Win. Clap, clap, win. And then I let go. None of my instinct, none of my desire to be something I wasn't. And at that moment, I was hesitant. Okay. I'll just be me. I swept back over to the picnic table. The DJ came over and said, "The little girl didn't clap her hands. It was disqualified." I won! That cheating 8-year-old girl forgot to clap her hands. The hula championship was won by Ryan Lavelle. By default. That was like good enough. I don't know what's better. Being cancer or being an 8-year-old girl in the hula contest. Thank you.
Great job, Aiden.
How about we circle back and hear another poetry piece?
Sounds great. Next up is one of our seniors and a great confidant, David McFadden.
He has had an outstanding year competing in 8 regular season tournaments as well as the regional contest, where he advanced to the top 4 in both of his events.
He went on to represent us at the state level in both poetry and domestic extemporaneous. He's a great leader who has great ideas and a passion for speech.
He will be performing his poetry piece in which he shows us his fantastic voice and various accents that he has developed.
This is a fantastic piece that he qualified in poetry for state and made it back to finals to place 8th overall in the state. Please welcome to the stage David McFadden with The Cookie Jar.
Whether it's shortbread or sugar cookie, gingerbread or biscotti, we all love cookies. In my piece, our author Jake Barton takes us inside the cookie jar to reintroduce us to some old friends. In The Cookie Jar by Jake Barton. The chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, it's me. What, you'd like an autograph? Of course I'll sign your cookie jar. I am, after all, the chocolate chip cookie. I'm not one to brag, but I am the official state cookie of both Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. I love cookies baked on armor chocolate chip. And year round, more chocolate chips are sold than any other chocolate cookie. What can I say? I'm so popular. I come from a long line of champions. Ever since Ruth Wakefield invented us in the 1930s, we've been the most popular type of cookie. Guess I kept the family name pretty strong. Could say I'm a chip off the old block. The oatmeal raisin. Want to know the worst thing about being an oatmeal raisin? The worst thing is the haters. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about those who hate oatmeal. I'm talking about those who hate raisin. I'm talking about the worst kinds of people. I'm talking about those who hate oatmeal and raisins. People are funny. They think oatmeal raisins are yucky. They think oatmeal raisins are gross. And I got news for you, pal. An oatmeal raisin is actually good for you. That's right, it got fruit in us. That stuck-up chocolate chip cookie doesn't have any fruit in it, now does it? No, we're the only ones. And yes, I've heard of this Newton character. But whatever street it is, there's nothing but a fig. If you know what I mean. Oh, and another thing that chocolate chip cookies can't give you is fiber. That's right, enough for me, and I can regulate you. I can relieve that pesky constipation. Let's see Mr. Chocolate Chip Cookie do that. People assume that I can get a bit grumpy. I'm nothing but a sour grape. But let me assure you, there's a big difference between a shriveled up raisin and a sour grape. I'm part raisin. I would know. You're not looking at some cookie cutter cookie here. I'd like to apologize for something I said earlier. The worst part about being an oatmeal raisin, it's not the haters. The worst part about being an oatmeal raisin is feeling underappreciated. The peanut butter cookie. Don't believe everything you hear. You dig? I've heard the rumors. I know what people say about me. They say I'm crazy. They say I'm a nut. Don't you look away from me. I see you staring. You're staring at me thinking this guy's crazy. This guy's nuts. I got news for you, pal. I ain't crazy or nuts. Nuh-uh. I'm the one, the only peanut butter cookie. You dig? People accuse me of having multiple personalities. Sometimes I'm punchy, sometimes I'm greedy. That just makes me a bit moody. That don't make me crazy. And when I'm not just a peanut butter cookie, no siree. I like to mix it up a bit. Sometimes I mix it up with a bit of oatmeal. Sometimes I mix it up with a bit of chocolate chip. I'm a chameleon. I'm not crazy. So let people believe what they want. But I'm not crazy. I'm the one, the only, ooey peanut butter cookie. You dig? The sugar cookie. Hey y'all! I just love sweet. Y'all looking like I could just eat each and every one of y'all up. If y'all can't tell, I'm from the South. And in the South, we like things sweet. I am the sugar cookie. So sweet like my whole thing. If y'all's ever in the neck of the woods, I do hope y'all sit down for a spell. We'll pour ourselves a nice tall glass of sweet tea and have ourselves the sweetest of times. The gingerbread cookie. If a gingerbread could enter the Olympics, I'd win a gold medal in the track and field events. I've been running my whole life. My whole family has. It all started with this little tiny chunk that went something like, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me on the gingerbread man. There's no trying to chance hold my family for the whole generation. Stop chasing us. We didn't do anything to you, so stop chasing us. You are not police and we're not bank robbers. You are not dogs and we are not mailmen. So stop it already. My whole family's unemployed because of it. We're constantly running day and night. Couldn't possibly imagine holding down a job. Other than my uncle. He hit it big and got some typecast in a little animated film. Something about an ogre named Shrek and some redhead named Fiona. Last I heard him, he flew from my home divider. Take a bite out of the Big Apple. But the Big Apple took a bite out of him! Seriously, he lost his legs! And I know that there's something I would say, sweetheart, this is the way this goes. But he's on disability! Why does my fate elude me so? Curses the Olympic world I made, curses them all. If they only allowed us gingerbreads to compete, I'd win a gold medal. I'm not talking about the flour.
Material must be from a single work of published worthwhile literature using the same diction that the author has used in the original manuscript.
The pieces should begin with an introduction that clearly sets up the scene and prepares the audience for the performance.
Our next performer is another one of our beloved seniors. She has been to 4 regular season tournaments and made it back to finals and placed in the top 3 and qualified for state with this piece entitled Last Word.
As shown in the program, this piece is not appropriate for all audiences. It has depictions of sexual assault and murder. And our final performer, our senior and final performer, will be Summer Holden.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Do people still say that anymore? I don't remember the last time I was at a church, let alone a confession. In my opinion, the only sin that has happened here is the hellish abomination they decided to serve me for my final meal. You ask for steak, and they absolutely murder it. That's a poor choice of words. The steak was tough and had absolutely zero flavor. I'm getting served the last thing I will ever taste in my entire life, and it's absolutely the worst thing I've ever tasted. The mashed potatoes were probably instant, and the carrots were just as mushy as the potatoes. So please, Father, use your holy water on Dad and send it back to which it came. I'm sorry. I know you're here with an important job, but I promise you, my soul carries no baggage. I'm completely at peace with my actions. I don't know what more confessing I need to do. I've already confessed everything to the police, and I've held back not a single detail. Imagine a world where the scales of justice are not balanced, but tipped by pain and vengeance. Our story centers a woman who has found herself on death row, but not for an ordinary crime, but an act driven by an extraordinary and harrowing set of circumstances. This is not merely a tale into the one's descent into the abyss of criminality, but a poignant exploration of the deepest wells of trauma and rage. Last words by Tracy Knight. On November 5th, I followed William Bradley Thompson III down an alley and murdered him. Just saying his name should tell you he's a rich, spoiled little brat. A fraternity bro if I've ever seen one. At that night, I found my local bar with all those frat house criminals. Even after all the news coverage on what he'd gone through, he still felt the need to get drunk and hit on girls. I just cringed every time he tried. Finally, after being denied all night, he left the bar, and I followed him. Did you know most women's weapon of choice in the 1920s was poison? Why did I need poison when he drank himself with a pacification? Halfway down the block, he ducked into an alley because he couldn't put his slipper. While he was doubled over, I took my knife and I sunk it in his torso, the full 4 inches up to the handle. Not once, not twice, no. I worked quickly and I sunk it in 5, 6, 7 times before he could react. He fell to the ground, and I leaned over him. William Bradley Thompson III tried to scream, and there was too much blood welling up from inside of him. I made him look me in the eye so he knew who had done it. He may have gotten away with the murder of Last words? No, I don't. Because my message is not one that ends here. I understand that there are protesters outside the jail, women gathered all over the country calling for my release. I hear some even call me a hero. When will they learn that women are not objects to be ruled over and used to the desire of others? We have hopes and dreams and a voice of our own, and every day women are persecuted for just existing. A woman is trafficked off the streets without anyone knowing. A young girl in Iran removes her head covering, and she's beaten to death by several men, and no one blinks an eye. So last words? No, I don't. Because there's no finality in their future. There is a storm brewing, and I am but one of the first raindrops to fall. When those winds finally cease, I hope the sun shines a little brighter on the storm. As for final thoughts, I only have one. I'm ready to see my sister again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Summer. That was intense. And that's how it is sometimes in speech and debate. I've learned a lot this year about speech and debate. So it's been a wild ride. If the speech kids could come out and stand on the stage. Let's hit these lights so Taylor can come up here. The overhead stage lights and our lights. You can turn the spotlight off and come up. Just turn them all off. There we go. Okay. Okay. Tonight you're here to celebrate something really special, and that is this incredible group of speech kids. What you see on stage on the stage at competitions or even tonight is only a small glimpse of what these kids truly do. Speech and debate isn't just about talking, it's about courage, it's about standing up in front of judges, peers, and sometimes complete strangers, and choosing to be heard. It takes confidence, but more importantly, it takes heart. These students have spent countless hours writing, rewriting, practicing, and pushing themselves to improve. They've learned how to think on their feet, how to defend their ideas, and how to tell stories that make people feel something. They've learned how to win with humility and lose with grace, and then come back even stronger next time. What makes this group so special isn't just their talent, it's who they are as people. They support each other, they encourage each other, and they celebrate each other's successes, and I'm telling you, I've been there, they do. And they pick each other up after tough rounds, and that kind of teamwork is rare, and it's something to be really proud of. Each one of these students brings something unique to this team. Some make us laugh, some make us think, some make us feel, and all of them represent Concrete Hunter with pride, integrity, and class. Just some key things to remember. If your feet stink, bring extra socks. And don't take your shoes off on the bus, okay? You must shower every day, wearing deodorant works, and so does practicing. And Miss Barr likes to win. Okay. As a coach, I couldn't be more proud, not just of what they've accomplished, but who they are becoming. Confident, capable, and compassionate young people who are ready to take on whatever comes next. Now, I don't know where your road will take you guys. Some of you seniors are moving on to something completely new, and others are stepping into the next year, ready to take on new challenges and grow and even more. But don't fret, you can handle what's ahead. You can pass that wide load life throws at you with courage. Okay? Just don't rush it. Ha ha ha. Enjoy it. This has truly been one of the most rewarding experiences of my 18 years in teaching. I have wanted to pull my hair out. Yes, absolutely. Have I lost sleep worrying about your well-being and whether you see your own potential? Absolutely. But every single moment has been worth it because of you kids. So tonight, as I hand out these awards, just remember that they represent the snack you want that you like. And I tried to connect the snack to your personality. It has no judgment because all of you are amazing. Okay. Here, you hold it. It's really okay. Cheese balls. They have their favorite snacks, and I tried to buy them their favorite snacks every time we went somewhere. This snack goes to Hallie Jones. It's the cheese ball, okay? She gets the Team Spirit Award for for her positivity, encouragement, and uplifting the team. Way to go. Okay, the next one is cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. Okay, so this is for Ember. She's not here tonight. She's sick. But she gets the Firecracker Award for bold energy and powerful presence. We all know that she has powerful presence. So good job, Ember, if you're watching. The next one is the Nerds. Okay, this is for Taylor. It's his favorite snack. Taylor, you get Nerds for being sweet and strong, for kindness paired with competitive strength. Good job. And these kids like hot stuff, you know. Anyway, my next one is Talkies, okay? So, red Talkies. Spicy Comeback Award for resilience and finishing strong for Callie. Okay, next is the Cosmic Brownies. I'm serious, they like all different snacks, okay? This is for Aiden, Out of This World Award for his creativity and originality on stage. And we got to witness that. Okay, so this next one is Cheez-Its for the Best Smile Award for always bringing positivity and a great attitude to the team. That's for Summer. Next one, Zebra Cakes, okay? This is for Lizzie, the crowd favorite award because everybody loves zebra cakes, right? For captivating performances and love by all. There we go. Okay. The next one is for Ashton. What a wonder. He got the Wonder Bread chocolate cupcakes. So his favorite snack was actually chocolate covered, the Christmas trees that are chocolate, but they didn't have those. So, unfortunately, I should have saved them, but I had some, and the twins ate them. Anyway, what a wonder. Most Improved Award for incredible growth and becoming better with every performance. Way to go. Okay, another one. They all like Cheez-Its. They kind of fought over them sometimes and fish. Anyway, Gabby's not here. She had to work. So, the Smart Speaker Award for preparation, insight, and strong content. So she got that. You're watching out. Oh. Pistachios. Now, I got the family size there for you, Cody. Master of Persuasion Award for outstanding argumentation and convincing delivery. He's always right. You're very intelligent. Okay, mounds. Now this one was a new one. I didn't buy mounds this year, but then last minute he was like, my new favorite snack is mounds. Okay, so this is for David. Best Dramatic Performance Award for emotional depth and impactful interpretation. You guys got to witness this radio? There you go.
It was licorice.
It was licorice, and I was like, how am I going to tie that to an award? But now he could also be Mounds of Fun. I mean, Mounds of Joy. Anyway. So my next one is a Star Crunch. This is for Lily. Star Crunch, Rising Star Award for consistently shining and standing out in performances. Oh, I thought I had two more, but oatmeal cookies are for me, guys. Okay. Okay. The Goldfish, this one is Quick Thinker Award for excellence in thinking on the spot. She's always helping me. It's for Ricky. All right, now I'm going to pass it on the mic, and I want you guys
pros and decks, and I went to finals and regionals for pros.
I competed in, I did DI in the tank line. Then I did exempt decks, which I say, God. I did poetry, and I made 8th in state.
I did pros and decks, and I got finals and decks, and
At regionals.
at regionals.
I did pros and exempt as well. I did not take my pros to state. I got, I think, 7th in regionals. I got first place for regionals first exempt, and I got 4th at state first time.
I went to regionals for my humorous interpretation, and I went to finals. That was when I did when my shoe didn't fall off. And then I also got 3rd in regionals with my monologue, and then I went to at regionals, and then at state I got 7th. I qualified 3 things for regionals. I went for foreign exempt, monologue, and DI. The only one I made it to finals in was foreign exempt, and I ended up getting 2nd at regionals.
No need.
And then at state, I got 8th.
I qualified 3 events for regionals, info, decks, and poetry, and I got 3rd in decks and 4th in poetry, and so those 2 went to state.
I qualified in poetry for regionals, but I wasn't able to attend.
I took my DI to regionals, placed 3rd, and then I took it to state. I didn't break finals, but
I took my monologue, original oratory, and poetry to regionals and finalized in all 3 at regionals, but it didn't make it.
Just qualified for decks at regionals.
We got 3rd at regionals, and we competed against a lot of really big teams. So, a lot of teams would bring like 25 members to compete, and how you score is by people who make it back to finals. So you could have a 7th place, like Alva would have like 25 or 30 kids, and so that they got a point for 7th place. So we only had, our 13, usually about 7 or 8 to each contest. So these kids did well. They travel well. They're polite. The boys never let me hold a door, carry my bag. They loaded my luggage and all the things that we needed. We always brought an ice chest. So it was a pretty good ride, and it was great to get to know all these kids because they're very well behaved. And so I never had to worry about any of those things. And also, I wasn't around, so I have some key things to remember. I wanted to thank David's parents for coming to every tournament and for being my eyes.
I love you guys!
For being my eyes, when I couldn't see I couldn't be everywhere at once because I was always judging. And thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Jones for showing up and supporting our students and always being willing to help. Mr. Sheever, thank you for attending our last tournament. Your presence is genuinely excited the kids and meant so much to our team. He's not here tonight. He has had a family emergency. So the Family Thrift Store also sponsored our food at state, which was amazing, and I can always depend on our town. And lastly, to Seth, my husband, who always he also bought meals for the team and took care of my kids and all their goings on while I was away. And so we thank you. You guys thank your parents. Say thank you. Thank you, Mom. Okay. Take it down. And we're done. We're done. Okay. Thank you for coming. You're welcome. Wait, we're taking a picture. You can take. Oh, we need to take a picture.
Come on.
You're welcome.
It's picture time, guys.
Pictures. Everybody get pictures.
No, I gotta put legs. I'm gonna put the bike's leg.
And apparently my phone, my Wi-Fi isn't working.
We're not doing it. We got space. Just don't know.
Guess she's not in the picture, guys.
Hold on.
Get back here, Taylor.
Taylor Dillon.
Hey, David.
Why don't we scoot
Hold
over
on,
here?
David.
There.
The tradition.
Just small, just stand there.
Oh, yes. Hey, that's part of the tradition.
Oh,
yeah,
my
let him up, yeah. Yes!
Hey, we gotta get in the middle though. Show me.
Oh. Stand together.
Hang on.
I can't see
You gotta turn here.
Why don't
Lily of the Valley.
I'm on my cookie toe.
Take a picture.
Lift her up, Ricky. I got a picture.
Come here. Wanna take a photo?
No, we're going.
Okay, everyone stand together.
Oh, come on.
Oh, making a
As
normal one?
normal as normal.
Boring.
Boring, normal. Okay.
Okay, now the
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Seniors.
I'm gonna dive on you, dude.
Thank you. And then Ricky.
Yeah.
Thank you, senior.
Yes, thank you, seniors. Thank you, seniors.
All right. Oh.